Okay. Good afternoon to everybody here. So first of all, I would like to thank you for you all to joining us today. Okay. So before we start our sharing, so you can write down on the chat box. There is a chat comment box, so you can write down your name, your company, or your department on the chat box, and then which country you are from, because today we are sharing between 3 different countries, so India and also Philippines. Yeah? Okay, so while we are waiting others to join, so you can write down on the chat comment, write down your name and also your company, and your where you're from, Malaysia, Philippines, or India, so easy for us to know you better. So welcome Mr. Jeremy Castro from EDL Group Company of Philippines. Yeah, welcome. So others also can write down your name and also your company or your country, so easy for us to know you better. So okay, please help us to write down your name on the chat box. Okay, welcome also Mr. Jeremy. So we already 34 packs people in the rooms. So okay. So while I'm presenting, you all can write down your name and also your company on the chats. Mr. Yo. Okay, welcome Mr. Yo Chin Leong from Sanjung Kas, Senem Berhad, Selangor. Selamat datang. In Malaysia, we call it welcome is selamat datang. Okay. In India, what we call Mr. Ulhas? Welcome. How to spell? How to Namaste. You know
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste is welcome. In Philippines,
Yes.
welcome. How to pronounce Mr. Miss Jane?
It's welcome.
Welcome also. Same, huh? Same in English. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy. Okay, so you can write down your name on the chat box. So I think we start our sharing today. Welcome also TS Muhammad Khalil from Mechanical Department JKA Malaysia. Welcome, JKA Malaysia. Okay, all right. So today, wait. Okay. So basically for today we have 3 speakers from 3 different countries. We do have Mr. Ulhas Vatspal from Director Prihoda India Private Limited, and also we do have Mary Jane Magazo Aguela from President and General Manager of Diverse Afari E-Services Incorporated. Okay. So we also have today should be Mr. Lee, Director of Prihoda Malaysia, but he cannot make it today, but I will replace him today. All right. Okay. So today the itinerary for today should be around we start for introduction, and around 2:15 we have sharing from Ulhas, and then 30-minute sharing. And then after that, Mary Jane will sharing interesting or what they are going to share with us today, Mary Jane. And then 33:15, I will replace Mr. Lee to present on behalf of Prihoda Malaysia. Okay. All right, so you can write down your name. Okay, hi, Saga Sawani, Head Asia Pacific, Mupro, welcome. Muhammad Nazri from Baptist Kasa Semrat Selangor, Malaysia, welcome, Muhammad Nazri. So others also can write down your name, so easy for us to trace. Okay, so I think without further delay, so Ulhas, so if you are ready, I think I will stop sharing so you can start, or you can intro yourself, and also you start your sharing today. Okay, you can open your mic.
Yeah, thank you, Mazlan. And first of all, I would like to thanks to everyone for keeping the time out from their busy schedules and attending today's first ever interaction session between the Prihoda's Asia distributors. And I'm thanks to Prihoda Malaysia for arranging these things. And of course, Jane for being my partner for these presentations today. And let me share my screen. I hope it is visible to everyone.
Yeah, you can see clearly.
Yeah. And I'm audible very much properly so that I can modulate my voice accordingly.
Yeah, your voice was also okay, but just you want to have a full screen. This one we just see a window.
Oh, it is full screen only.
Yeah.
It's a full screen now.
I can see the yeah, this the file,
Just hold
the
on. Let me just have a full screen now one more time. Now,
yeah, now it's okay. Now very good.
perfect. Great. So without any waste of time, I'm just going to start about the interactive sessions. And during these interactive sessions, we like to present certain projects, our strategies during the COVID time.
Sorry,
And
Golas.
what
Sorry to interrupt. You are showing us the presenter view. You should try to show us the actual presentation.
Oh,
So click
okay.
on the three dots below.
oh.
Click on,
Zain,
click on the three dots.
3 dots.
Yeah, below the PowerPoint slide, next to that screen. Go down, go down. There's the three dots.
Three.
Three dots in a circle. Yeah. And then click there, hide presenter view.
Okay.
That's brilliant.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank
But
you
then
very much.
back to your screen. So, okay.
Yeah, now it's better.
Yeah, now better.
That's better. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. It's a good learning now at the start of the interactive sessions. Thank you, Jen. And so today's we are going to cover the few case studies of in India what we executed and few of the strategies during the COVID time which help us to maintain our business and the customer relationships in this very tough time. So if anybody is having any questions, they can put in a chat box or they can raise the palm, you can say the hand, or at the end of the sessions, we are going to have the question and answer sessions. So with your due permissions, we are starting with our presentations. So before starting, just let me just go through with the little bit about the India in terms of the geography. So you can see our strength is our populations and the geographical, it is the widely spread. So from east, west, north, south, our all the strategies and the case studies projects are based on these are the areas. So and thanks to Prihoda Malaysia for helping us with the very innovative ideas in terms of the marketing, which helping us to cater this such a huge area in India. And yes, it is very hard to believe, but it's real facts that ducting is always considered as a labor-oriented job. But after the post-COVID, the things are going to change because we have to execute everything with the limited skilled labors, maintaining the hygienic standards in a stipulated time frame. After sales services has to be very prompt and proactive and the safe. Cost optimization at every stage is going to play a very important role. So ducting is going to be make a very huge impact in terms of the cost optimizations and in a very fast manner with the precise design and the visualization before the giving the order. And yes, it is possible into the Prihoda textile ducting business sectors. So what are the mainly frequently asked questions to everywhere? I believe it is the same for everywhere in your countries too, in Malaysia and Philippines. Who are your biggest competitions? So the first answer which we normally give is the conventional mindset and unawareness. So our job, we are creating that awareness into the market with our various activities. So all these questions like what is the fabric material, what is the made of, what is it, what terms in terms of the fires, if HUs get switched off, if there is no air, what will happen, is how to compare with the conventional ducting systems with this. Is it hygienic, antibacterial, antimicrobial? How it's contribute to the green building? And of course, how is the durability? And which are the application we can use the fabric ducting? So if you see in all the angles, all the our partners, distributors, companies, they are having the answer of all these questions. And trust me, it is you will get 100% response from our team for this kind of the answers. So in during the COVID time, we have did lots of online webinars in various platforms. And from last 2 months, we have almost approached to more than 900 HVAC professional in India and various dignitaries from the HVAC fraternities attended this event. We also did certain programs during this lockdown, but with a limited people with the following all the standards. Plus, we are also actively participating on the social media during this lockdown to showcase our technology on the various platforms. So if you see, I'm just going it little quickly, considering the time frame. This was before the lockdown, and trust me, after the lockdown, this all the things are now started again in a very full-fledged in India. So wherever it's possible in HVAC, in MEP sectors, we have presented ourselves. So the first project in India in a packing house, we have started in 2019, and trust me, this is 3 years before we have installed this ducting, and it is still running successfully. It is a grape processing unit with a different level of airflow for the tables and for the grapes. And the people who are doing this packing, they are getting a different airflow. You can see this uniform air distributions throughout the area at the velocity of 0.25 meter per second at finished floor level of 1.65 meter height. So this is something which is very, very specific the client has requested, and we have achieved it with the longest duct length is 15 meter, and the static pressure is just a 90 Pascal. So in terms of the energy saving, in terms of the designing of the A2, we have added the value while designing this system with static regain method. Another projects, what we have added, it is the office area where application is completely office space with the more than 100 people sitting, and everybody wanted to have the proper uniform air distribution throughout the corner with the limited capacity of the ducting, which is possible to achieve and to match the aesthetic layout of that particular area. If you see the white color, red, gray, and the black, these are the only 4 colors are used into the entire premises and uniform distributions with Prihoda fabric ducting. This is the another installations here. It is the aerospace center of Eton, where the specific requirement was the height is 5.5 meter, and we have to give the same velocity at 0.25 meter per second at 1.65 finished floor level. And here the duct length was 19 meter, and again the static pressure is 90. And it is possible, and still this project is running very, very properly without having any doubt. You can see the diameter of a duct when the people are going to install, and it is anti-static fabric. Another project in India, you might be aware, like the big prayer hall, the satsang, we call in Indian language the satsang prayer hall, where 30,000 people are sitting under the roof, and the outside temperature was 48 degrees Celsius with the help of the evaporative cooling systems, and the only 16 ducts of this kind having a 228 nozzles on one duct has solved the entire cooling need of that particular premises. And this is something which is very important to know on this forum, that smallest to smallest and the biggest to biggest, the big space cooling, entire things can be addressed with the textile ducting with our expert team. Now, another projects in the Bangladesh with Coca-Cola, where Coca-Cola has given us the like a theme. They wanted to have the Coca-Cola red colors, and another brand, which is the Limca, with the green colors for the return air ducting. And both things can be possible with our art technology. And the length of this single duct was 20 meter. Another project which is into nearby from our head office in India, it is the Collier. It is an engine manufacturing company from US. And here, if you see we have all the big peoples in the HVAC are involved in this project. If you see the deadlines, like 22nd of January, we received the inquiry. On the next day, we are given the offers. If you see the timeline, the execution time, it is just in 1 or 2 months from the manufacturing, we have completed this project. Of course, the strategy contract, like we have to explain to the clients with our presence, with our duct testing at this point. When we visited, the site was this way. We have designed, given them the options, designing it in a very properly by incorporating our design into their design, making it the brand with the Prihoda art technology, with the beliefs into the return air ducting. So this is what we have executed. This is first ever engine manufacturing company in India where they went with this kind of the fabric ducting in India. Another project is one of the biggest sports complex in entire India is now having the air from Prihoda fabric ducting. Hopefully by end of this year, this facility will be ready. And this is one of the biggest factory in the India. I can say the sports complex in India. And this comprises of swimming pools, badminton courts, basketballs, all these areas. You can say that they are divided into the zone 1 and zone 2. Such a big area with minimal ducting, with the horizontal airflow, we are able to achieve the entire areas with the uniform air distributions. This is some glimpse of the projects what we executed in India with all the. I hope it is very much visible and the audio is there. So these are the few glimpses of the making between Prihoda Malaysia, Philippines, Prihoda India, Europe. What can be possible? This is all mixture of the projects between all these 3-4 countries together. And thanks to all Prihoda Malaysia and Prihoda Philippines, with the help of their projects, we are getting now good responses in India because the references are very strong. And the similar kind of the ducting we are going to install in the 3 big companies, including the Prihoda India's manufacturing unit. So these are the very important details that we should ask from the manufacturers, suppliers to understand our technical strength and what is important for the projects. So of course, GI ducting, pre-insulated ducting, and the fabric ducting, all 3 are the important, you can say the material for the GI ducting and the distributions. But the main important thing is that what is your application and what suits to your application, what is your exactly the need. That's play very important role. So this is very important that we should ask these details and you will definitely get the details from us. So we are completely equipped with the design, sales, manufacturing, installation, service care in India right now. Hopefully by end of this year, we'll have also starting our first ever washing center in India. This is our factory, which is coming into the heart of the industrial area. And this is just a video. I just wanted to present. So we are located into the heart of the industrial area with all the automobile sectors are there. So this is going to help us to serve the market in a very good way. I'm just taking it. So basically, we are together. I'm just keeping it little ahead. And so here I'm just concluded my presentations. So if anybody is having any particular points to know from us, please, you can have a free platform.
So anybody have a question to Mr. Ulhas from Prihoda, India? You can maybe open your mic. Also can we will allow you to open mic to directly ask question, or you can write down your question on the comment chat box. So while waiting others to think the question for you, Ulhas. So when your Prihoda India factory going to completed?
Yeah, in August 30th, we are going to complete all these manufacturing I can say setup, and hopefully by September onwards, we are going to start fully operational.
This August this
Yeah,
year.
this August. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just remember you send us invitation
Yeah.
for the. Thank you very much.
Of course, yeah. You are our special guest.
So any others on the floor want to ask question to Mr. Ulhas? You can maybe we can allow you to open your mic, and then you can ask me. You can directly ask Mr. Ulhas a question, any question or any question. Okay. So one more thing that I interested, yeah, one project is you are serving for the project for 30,000 people, right? That one is a air conditioning system or evaporative cooling.
Evaporative cooling systems. It's a evaporative cooling systems. Yeah. And they maintain the temperature of 27 degree inside. So outside temperature was 48 and inside temperature was 27.
Because in Malaysia, we do have very high humidity very high. So since we are around 80% RA shows a bit hot in Malaysia, we want to use evaporative cooling. I'm not sure in India how much average on your outside RH. I think less, right? I think 70, 60.
Yeah.
India.
If you see in India as a geographical way, as a coastal area, the humidity is 75% RH humidity. But the project where we have executed this evaporative cooling system, where RH was very low, it is around 50%. Yeah, it is in the dry area. So in coastal, it is very difficult that we cannot go with the double stage evaporative cooling systems. But in the dry area, it is very much important, and we are doing lots of projects in the center of the India with the evaporative cooling system.
Because with the high humidity, we difficult to reduce down the temperature from 48, right? 48 to 27, quite a lot. Yeah.
So I have a question, please.
Yes, gentlemen, please.
I'm just curious, what is the bursting pressure for the fabrics?
Ulhas, maybe you can help to ask the question.
What is the bursting pressure of a fabric?
Right. At what pressure will it start to burst or get damaged?
Yeah.
It's a good point that you asked. We have not touched that particular point yet, but I can say the allowable limit of a static pressure in a fabric, it depends from the fabric to fabric. So we have a total 18 patented fabric with us, and I can say maximum what we have tried the pressure for the fabric, it's 200 Pascal in the some of the area, where the thickness is GSM is completely different than the regular fabric. And again, it depends on like how it is a continuous pressure or it is like a variable pressure. So at what time it will be withstand. So logically, air conditioning system and the ventilation systems what we have designed is up to 150 Pascals to 200 Pascal static pressure.
So at 200 Pascal static pressure, what type of GSM basis weight would you recommend?
It is not exactly recommended. It depends on the like a fabric, like what our fabric, it is varying from 200 GSM to 270 GSM. Plus we have the one special fabric which is a thickness of 1.7 mm, which is actually we are using it for the Ministry of Defense in India and the Indian Railway. So that is taking a little more pressure, but I think believe 200 and 240 Pascal. So 200 to 240 GSM it is a good pressure, a good GSM to withstand our regular need of air conditioning and the ventilation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Thank you for the question also. Any others? You want to ask Mr. Ulhas? Also, there is a chat box. You can read on the chat box also.
Yeah, it is a very good point that have you installed the duct fabric in the health facility hospital? Yes. The biggest hospital in Mumbai, it is Godrej Hospital. It is now using Prihoda fabric ducting with the half round, the D shapes in an entire factory. Yeah, with the antibacterial and anti-static fabric in the respective areas. Yeah. And the COVID hospital during the COVID session, we have installed the hospital where 800 COVID patients was there. So entire COVID facility was with our ducting.
Okay, hope can answer Muhammad Nazri. Question from Muhammad Nazri. So any other question? You can open your mic. Okay. Yeah, continue.
No, I'm just curious. What's the typical permeability of fabrics, or is that a relevant question at all? I'm not too sure.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just curious. What's the typical permeability of the fabric, and then of your different kinds of fabrics? You mentioned you had 18 different patented fabrics. So I'm wondering what are the typical permeability, and also what's the hydrostatic pressure for each of these materials?
Yeah. In fact, you have very good specific questions about the permeability, and here is the mu factor and the K value will matter for the fabric. So in fact, it is a good thing. As I mentioned, it is varies between the fabric to fabric. So it is, you can mention 0.30 to 0.50, or depends on fabric. And I will be happy if you can just write down, or maybe we'll approach to you after these presentations. If you need any more information in the more technical, definitely our team will help you to get it done.
Okay, thank you.
From Muhammad Hafizal. Fabric duct is suitable for all type of air conditioning.
Yeah, so I can say wherever there is a air, whether it is a refrigeration where the temperature is minus 60 degrees Celsius, we can have our duct installed into the cold storages. If it is a air conditioning between the 1 degree Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, we are there. If it is a ventilation, air cooling system, evaporative cooling system from 26 to 32, we are there. So wherever there is a matter of air between minus 60 to 40, 50 degrees Celsius application, where we have to travel the air from one point to another, you can consider the fabric ducting application. So the application window is little bigger.
Okay. Hope answered the question, Muhammad Hafizal. Okay. If no question anymore, so we will we do have another Q&A session on the end of this sharing session. So we would like to continue with Mary Jane from Aguila Diverse Afari is a VC, a bit difficult to pronounce in Philippines. Okay, Jane, are you ready, Jane? To continue your sharing for today? Yeah. Hi, Jane. You can test your mic. Okay, everything?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, clearly. So this is Jane from Aguila from Diverse Afari. It's a VZ. Okay, welcome, Jane. Hi. So you can you can continue your presentation. Okay, I pass to you, Jane. Are you ready, Jane? Yeah.
I cannot open I cannot share my screen yet.
Okay, maybe Miss Ulhas, you can stop sharing first. Let Jane to share the slide. Zahid, can you check?
You can try sharing now.
It's right. Okay. Now we can see.
Okay, I'm going to discuss some of our interesting projects here in the Philippines. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Jane, and we are the exclusive distributor of Prihoda here in the Philippines, from the farthest north to the farthest south. I'm going to discuss to you one on the commercial side and one on the industrial side. This is the first interesting project that we have, although we already have hundreds of interesting projects, but I'm going to discuss to you this one first. Circa 1900 Casa Dos. This is a colonial house that has been restored into a function venue and restaurant.
Okay, now better.
Okay. The location is in Cebu City. If you've been to the Philippines, it's located in Cebu City. And it has an area of 12.5 meters by 12.5 meters. Blower is used to transfer air from the outside going to the inside of the function hall, and the given capacity is 5,777 cubic meters per hour with a 200 Pascal static pressure. They prefer to use a half round of 700 millimeters in diameter connected to a fabric duct, which is a square to round transition from 800 millimeters by 400 millimeters rectangular to the 700 millimeters half round. And the total length of the duct is 26 meters. They prefer the color white to blend with the interior, and the material is the NMS, which is a non-permeable medium weight standard material, which has a 10 years warranty. The installation is with aluminum profiles. Here's the given layout. As you can see, there are only portions where there are tables and chairs, and nozzles have to be projected in those areas. There are only 2 sets of ductings which are expected to deliver air towards the center of the event's place. And the location of the ducts are along the trusses on both sides, which is already at a certain angle. The target air throw should reach the chairs of each guest, including the host at the center. The required angles are exact for each to receive the required airflow. By plotting the given parameters to the air tailor, by the way, Prihoda has a software, we call it Air Tailor. It is used in designing and simulating of fabric ductings, Prihoda fabric ductings in particular. We are able to identify the position of the nozzles, how long the blank spaces before the nozzles, and the proper location of the tires to always keep the duct in shape. By using the Prihoda software and with the help of Prihoda technical support, we were able to identify the correct angle for the correct air throw. We can see that there are several angles just to attain the flow of air for the particular location. The airflow was divided equally per row of nozzles just to attain a given range of velocity. And to reach the required distances, different angles were obtained, such as 219 degrees, 199 degrees, and 173 degrees. And by using the Prihoda software, maximum velocity, we were able to plot the maximum velocity at the point of axis, which is 14.6 meters per second for all nozzles, and the required height is 4.2 meters from the duct to the ground. And for the air to reach the guest, the velocity is around 2.43 meters per second, just enough to make the guests feel comfortable without destroying their hair and smudging their makeup. And this is the installation of Circa Dos, the other side of the duct. This is during their event. It blends with the interior. The color is white, and the trusses are aluminum. The environment is clear. The second part of my presentation, interesting project, is the Axilum Resources Corporation. This is the industrial part of the presentation. Axilum Resources Corporation is an export-oriented manufacturer of premium coconut products. It is located in Medina, Misamis Oriental. It's located far down south from our office. The client is an exporter to Europe, and they know Prihoda in Europe. They emailed Lucas from Prihoda Sales, and Lucas sent an email to us regarding their inquiry. We usually visit clients anywhere in our territory, but with lockdowns and protocols during the height of the pandemic, we were not able to visit them. So we were able to finalize the projects only through Zoom meetings and emails. The size of the plant is 3,500 square meters. And I'm going to focus on line A of the fabric ducting only, which is 1,599.96 square meters. We first conducted a product presentation since it will be their first time to use fabric ducting. We introduced the advantages of fabric ducting over metal ducts, the flexibility and savings. We sent cloth samples via courier, and it took them 1 week to receive the samples and chose the material that fits their requirement. Then they sent us the design parameters for simulation. The total airflow of all the blowers for the plant size is 57,958 cubic meters per hour, and the static pressure of each blower is 500 pascals, much higher than the 200 pascals which Ulhas was mentioning a while ago. And the diameter of the fabric ducts are 1.6 meters, 1.4 meters, 520 millimeters, and 420 millimeters respectively. The total length is 165.13 meters, the total length. The material is still the 10 years warranty, and NMS. The chosen color is yellow. And since they are food manufacturing, they opt the stainless cables as support. This is their layout, original layout using the GI ducting. On the left side, we can see the top view. The blue lines are the fabric ducts, the metal ducts. And on the right side is the perspective. The middle is the tower room where 5 blowers are transporting air from the outside and delivering the air to the inside of the production area. The design is to distribute ambient air to the different parts of the production area. Here in the Philippines, inside the production is still hotter than outside, even though the ambient air is already up to 30, 36, 37, the production temperature is still higher by around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. The installation height of this project is 14 meters, and they need to distribute air using blowers only. Originally, they prefer small nozzles, but they were not satisfied with the velocity. Hot air easily rises, and the workers will not able to feel the air from the ducting. When they knew about the big fabric nozzles, they requested for a layout with an 8.38 meter drop from the main duct, making the airflow 8.366 meters away from the ground. These fabric nozzles aim to ventilate the hotter parts of the area with ambient air. So using AirTailor 1, we were able to input the requirements, the location of the outlets, and the location of the nozzles. Using AirTailor 1, we were able to input 3 elbows and identify pressure losses if it is still tolerable or not. Using AirTailor 1, we were able to balance the outgoing air by filling in the required capacity for the particular part. By the way, using AirTailor, we can already eliminate the balancing, the testing and balancing using third party. So it becomes an economic savings. And using AirTailor 1, we were able to connect 11 parts of the ducts with different airflow, velocity, static pressure, and static pressure requirements. Using AirTailor 1, we were able to simulate the velocity coming out from the ducts, both big and small nozzles. And using Airtailor 1, we were able to plot the fabric dock layout according to the client's requirement in their factory. So using Airtailor 1, Prihoda factory was able to manufacture the fabric dock according to how we designed it. These are some of the actual pictures of line A. Line A, the installation is very interesting and complicated. And because of these complications in installation, the clients found some issues and they tried to connect it to the fabric dock. As part of our after-sales services, we supervise the installation as well as validate actual readings versus software output. The software output, which was confirmed, is 21.75 meter per second at 500 pascals static pressure. The actual reading is only 11.05 meters per second. This table shows that even if the velocity increases, the pressure losses remain constant at 79 pascals. We only have velocity as the basis, so we interpolated the data to obtain the actual static pressure of their blower, which is 225 pascals. During validation, most of our readings conform with the output of our Airtailor 1. Few clients with special conditions are excluded. We reviewed common practices, and one of them is that in a good manufacturing practice, filters are commonly installed. Axilung is basically a food manufacturing, and placing filters in their ventilating system is a required for good manufacturing practice. But filters reduces the static pressure of the system. The required filtration will dictate the reduction in the static pressure. Also, upon checking, the connection from the blower to the fabric dock is 90 degrees metal elbow. Therefore, from the initial static pressure of 500 pascals, 275 pascals was already lost due to EU4 filters and 90 degrees metal elbow. We were asked to make recommendations regarding the pressure loss, and we recommended to use a booster fan or the replacement of a blower with bigger capacity if they wish that the initial static pressure is 500 pascals. So some of these are parts of our interesting project. We, as Prihoda Philippines, already completed more than 100 projects, and each has an interesting story to tell. Like Prihoda India and Prihoda Malaysia, like any other sales company, we attend to the urgency of needs of our clients. We do free client visits for assessment. And as part of our culture, every client is important. So why let them wait? We give response within 24 hours. As we promise, with the help of Prihoda software, we were able to make simulations and lessen possible errors in front of our clients. We promise our clients excellent services, so we supervise during installations. If not, we install and make actual readings for validations. If problems occur, we make technical recommendations based on data gathering, investigation, and research. We also wash fabric docks, even our competitors' docks, so that we can monitor the performance of both. And for our clients in the food manufacturing, we swab the ducts to make sure that no bacteria is present, which might contaminate their production. And as always promised, a 10-year warranty is a 10-year client relationship. We make interesting projects by establishing interesting relationships. Thank you.
So Jane,
Hello.
hello. So is it the end of your presentation? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So very good sharing. Okay. Okay. Any other on the floor want to ask Jane on the from Philippines or Any other question? Before they answer question to you, so I want to ask you, this Asylum project, I saw the design you are using vertically down. So
Yes.
can you back to the photo, Jane? Sorry for that. So is so why you make it? There is a horizontal down.
There.
This one. Yeah, this is a branch or the one
Drop.
drop.
Because
This one.
part. There's a mezzanine part there.
Okay.
We need a drop so that the nozzles can distribute air in that mezzanine part.
Oh, okay. So the straight vertical down, you are using permeable or non-permeable?
Non-permeable. We cannot use non-permeable for 165 meters fabric because 30% of that fabric, we will lose the 30% of that fabric non-permeable.
So how about the condensation issue? Do you have any problem on the
This is only blower, fresh air.
Oh, blow. Okay. All right. I thought a conditioning system. Okay. So any others want to ask question to Jane? You can open your mic or you can write down on the comment. Okay.
I would like to add something about condensation. We also use non-permeable for long fabrics, and we do not have condensation because we designed it according to how we designed as Prihoda. We designed it using sometimes microperforation, sometimes with the balancing of the air outside of the ducting, the surrounding, the environment. We use the software in designing this condensation-free ducting. And we also use insulated fabric duct if we just transfer air from the unit to the air where we can distribute the cold air.
Okay, very good. Okay, there is a question on the check box from Mr. Hazwan. Can we share Prihoda list project of Malaysia? Yes. After this, I'm going to share with you all the reference project, some of the reference project. Yeah, Mr. Hazwan. And then next question from Amirul. For the office use, what is the recommended air velocity through the nozzle? Estimation ceiling height 3 meter. So any response for the question, Jane? For the office use.
For the office use, we recommend microperforation or just permeable fabric. We don't recommend nozzle because you can have when you use nozzles, there will be very strong velocity, very high velocity. It might interfere with the condition of the inhabitants. Whereas using low velocity, you can just fill the air without the strong velocity.
So he asked also about the recommended air velocity through the nozzle. Through the nozzle. So Jane already answer using micro, right? Jane?
Yes, using
microperforation, yeah. So the velocity. So roughly velocity, I think, how much, Jane?
That will depend on the capacity that you input in the fabric duct. But then using microperforation, we have 0.2 meter per second.
0.3, right? Oh.
Yeah, 0.2,
0.2, yeah, 0.2. Okay, hope answer the Amirul question. Any other question you all want to open mic to ask directly to Jane? We allow you to ask direct question. If not, I think
question.
Yeah, continue, sir.
Right, I'm looking for a system where I can have a fabric ducting at the same time it can disinfect my air being supplied in the room. Do you have such a system?
We have.
Could you describe it a little bit more, please, how it works?
Yes, we have a system here inside our office. Actually, it's been installed since August last year. A vertical fabric duct, dark fabric duct, non-permeable. We put a vertical line, series inline of UV lights to distribute air from the blower, air circulating inside the room. And then from that vertical fabric duct, we computed how many UV LED lights do we need for the size of the room. For example, we have here a 240 square meter room. We have 8 watts UV LED fabric UV LED lights installed in series and being circulated by an ordinary blower and then distributed by the fabric duct itself, the other color fabric duct. It's a light fabric duct.
Okay, and how do you refer to this specific product?
We call it Prihoda Safe. We have tested the room before and after using that UV lights and the fabric ducting. We tested the room initially and we found out that there are 5 CFU inside the room, meaning that the bacteria, the 5 colony form per unit is starting to grow. And then we use the fabric duct 1 hour or 4 hours. We opened the UV LEDs and the fabric in the blower at 8 a.m. and we made the sampling at 12 noon up to 1 o'clock, and then that sample was brought to a microbiological laboratory, and then they had it tested that there are no more growth in bacteria.
That sounds great. Looking forward to having further discussion on this one, Jane.
Thank you. Maslan, your mic's not on.
Okay, sorry. So Jeremy, you from Philippines, Jeremy?
Yes, I am from the
So you
Philippines, but
can
I'm a
directly
Filipino
contact.
British person.
Yeah, you can directly contact Jane at Philippines. Okay.
I will
There
do.
is one more. Yeah, continue, sir.
That I will do. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. Okay, there is another question from Nazarin Basri. What is the lifespan of that thing? Can you respond for that, Jane? The lifespan.
The lifespan of the ducting is more than 20 years. Prihoda in Europe, they use it until now, since 1994, and still washing it from time to time. There's a question, how many times per year fabric duct service needed practice in the Philippines? Some of our clients, they wash it sometimes once a month, depending on their frequency of use. Sometimes they ask us to wash it only once a year or twice a year, depending on the shutdown of activities. But when they have spare fabric ductings, they ask us to wash the fabric duct every 2 months, especially in food manufacturing companies.
Okay, hope answer.
I guess I have one more question, please.
Yeah, can.
I'm just wondering because I'm just wondering what would the fire retardancy of these types of materials?
Fire retardancy is up to 2 hours.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Thank you.
There is a certificate for the testing report, right, Jane? Maybe, yeah.
We tested it last time.
Yeah.
All of us had the meeting.
I just wanted to add one more point regarding the fire retardancy with the permission of Jen. Like all the Prihoda fabrics are actually designed and manufactured for the shrinkage. It will not propagate the fire. Means, say example, after 160 or 180 degrees Celsius, if the fabric caught fire, it will not propagate. It will stop the fires, and there will be not any droplets out of the fabric due to the fire. And one of the important thing is the toxicity index. The good part is that there is no hazardous fumes will come out of the fabric, so it is completely properly healthy. There is no any concern about the fume or a fire or smoke.
Well, Les, would you be able to share, send an email about all of this information, please? Because this will be very helpful.
Yeah, can. Mr. Jeremy, we do have Prihoda also have a testing report on the fire retardant materials. We do have a different kind of material and then different reports. We can send it to you. You can contact me direct, Miss Jane. Yeah?
Thank you.
There is another. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. There is another question on the chat box. What happened to the ducts if no air inside the duct? When there is no pressure inside the duct, how it looks? Then
It is normally flat, but Prihoda has tires. It tires half round or round, aluminum, plastic, stainless, and we also have helix to put the fabric duct in shape.
okay, so we do have a yeah. So hello, can you show us the simulation for this installation? Simulation installation.
Installation.
I do have a video on the installation. Maybe Nur Iskandar can see my slide after this. So we do have a video on the installation. Okay, without further delay, I think yeah, Jane, yeah.
Is it suitable to use this fabric at parking area as exhaust duct? How about ducting maintenance as exhaust duct?
Oh, okay, okay. I forgot to read that question. Okay, continue, Jane. Answer that question.
Yes. It can be used as an exhaust duct in parking areas. Actually, we have been talking to a designer last week, and they thought that they can use it in the parking designs they're making right now, because using metal duct is very rigid. Cars cannot park properly because they avoid the metal ducts on the side. It um, it occupies lots of spaces, whereas fabric duct can be smaller sizes and very flexible. So if a car move on a fabric duct, the top of the car move over a fabric duct, the fabric duct can even clean the car. But then, yes, can even clean the upper part of the car. But then it will get dirty, of course. If we use the NMS material, we can just retract it from how it is being rolled in the profile, and then we can just wash it in the washing machine, just like any other fabrics.
And then the question also, one more question. For factory use, how many times per year fabric duct service need to service? Yeah, for the servicing, how many times? Muhammad Hafizal asked a question about this servicing.
Yes. We service ducting sometimes every 2 months or every month, but then if they have spare ducting, they can remove it anytime. In food manufacturing, they service it once or twice a month, but for those who do not have spare ducting, we service it once or twice a year, depending on the shutdown activities.
Okay. Okay, all right. So if you have any other question, you can write down on the chat comment box, so you can we can read your question. And then we move to last part of this sharing. So I will replacing Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee Wipin. Mr. Lee is cannot make it cannot joining today, so I will replace him for sharing on behalf of Prihoda Malaysia. All right, I will share the slide first. So, Zahin, is it my slide is okay? Everything goes okay?
Yes,
Welcome.
you can see.
So, welcome, right? So Zahin, you can see 400 project?
Yeah, over 400 project completed.
Thank you. Okay, so I will sharing some of the interesting project in Malaysia. We have been distribute Prihoda products since 2013 until now. So quite many years also. We almost done 400, almost nearly to 400 projects completed. Okay, there is so many projects already. in Malaysia, because there is a question from the audience looking for reference projects. We do have already 400 projects in Malaysia, slightly more numbers than Philippines. Jane. So, but it is, there is a big project, there is small project, we still consider it as a one project. So we okay. So this is our client during for the some of these 400 projects. We do have a JKR, Petronas, Post, Daikin, many of them. So the first project I'm going to share today is LLM Bangi. This is a transport department government, Lembaga Lebuh Raya Malaysia. It's a highway department. Okay, there is a hall. Okay, what the interesting part of this project is we're going to share is about the blend of the design. Most during the distributor meeting every 2 years, always Prihoda Malaysia win the most interesting project coloring. I don't know why Malaysia like coloring, so I will show you later. There is a more interesting the color about the printing. Malaysia, one of the country that most use on the Prihoda arts, right? So this is the one of the Prihoda arts, but they are using only plain color, like brown color like this. Okay, so match to the acoustic wall. Actually, the shape of this fabric is not round or half round. This is quarter round. The shape is quarter round, so we mount to the wall and the ceiling. So the material fabrics we are using PMS, permeable, because like I discussed with Ulhas, in Malaysia we do have very high humidity. Slightly we cannot use non-permeable material because the condensation issue very serious in Malaysia, because we are hot and humid country. Our RH nearly 80%, 80, 90, sometimes 90% during the raining time, right? So we need to have use PMS. Diameter about this one is radius is about 1000 mm, length 33,000. Okay, so that's the things. I just want to the interesting of this project is the blend on the interior design. All right, so this is the photo. I just show the photo, and I will not take too long to sharing today because I just replacing Mr. Lee. All right. So this is actual usage of this hall, right? Yeah. So everybody cannot realize where is the ducting. So the ducting is part of the design, all right? Okay, second project I will share a lot of project today also. Okay, mostly on the Prihoda arts, right? This is one of the just completed project. I think this year project. This is the fabric. So if you people never see fabric before, they will not recognize where is the ducting. So basically, this is the ducting. I'm not sure you can see my mouse moving. So if you can see, very good. So this is the ducting. We run on the ceiling, and at the same time we run at the wall, at the wall vertically. This one, not for. This one also can serve people also. This one not just for aesthetic only. This also can serve people around here. But we also ensure the air moving is not more than maybe around 0.3, 0.5 meter per second, because we don't want to disturb people near the ducts. All right. But there is an possible. You can install the duct at the vertical way like this. All right. This is the ducts. So this project will utilize like in Malaysia there is a arts we call batik. So in Malaysia normally people use this type of pattern to apply for the fabrics. Yeah. Okay. So 1000. This project is at Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia. Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia. Okay. Is part of Malaysia. Okay, this is the project. Okay. And then next project is a Miri Mosque in Sarawak, Borneo. So we can from the 400 project, yeah, this project is for us is quite nice, quite manageable, quite beautiful also the arrangement, because they are using they are painting the Prihoda arts on the fabric matching with the ceiling pattern. So this is the this one also very nice project. This is also utilize Prihoda arts. All right. So this is half round shape. So the interior designer will give us some way to run half round, so make it nice. So without this, so it will not look better like this. All right. So this is one of the most interesting project we can share today. Next project is the MBSA hall in Shah Alam, Malaysia. Also this one. Before this, they are using metal ducting. For your info, most of more than 70% or maybe 70% of our project is coming from hall. Yeah, so many hall we are installing at Malaysia. Okay, they're very simple. Before this, they are installing metal ducting. They have very problem with the cooling, short circuits, right? And then they cut off the metal ducting, then install the fabric with the printed. In Malaysia, they always want to print their logo. So I'm not sure why. So this is a trend. Okay. This is also a basketball stadium in Johor. All right. So diameter also more than 1000 mm. Okay. Johor. Okay. So just this also they utilize Prihoda arts. And then one of the project I want to share also today is about energy. There's now about the arts. This one about the energy. So this project at KH Tower, Kuala Lumpur, Jalan Sultan Ismail, KL. So this project, the client before this, they are using metal ducting with the also the old air conditioning system. They are replacing new with a new air conditioning system with fabric ducts. The electricity bill for this floor, there is 4 units of AHU for aircon system, 4 units. So, okay, so the total cost about that, including also lighting, and also roughly around 20K to 12K, 12,000 ringgit. So after they are installing fabric duct with a new aircon, their bill only 5,000 ringgit. So means they are saving about 70% of monthly billing. So the total initial cost they are spending for this is about 300,000 ringgit Malaysia RM. So if you divide it by 7K a month, they are saving. They are making ROI less than 3 years. Okay, this is another interesting project on the energy. Yeah. So before this, they are using metal ducting. All right. Okay. So there is one video. I'm not sure I want to show to you. Okay, we just share this. You can hear the sound. What? Yeah. Nah.
Teknologi hijau atau teknologi alam sekitar adalah penggunaan sains alam sekitar untuk memelihara sumber dan alam sekitar semula jadi serta mengawal kesan negatif aktiviti manusia. Di Malaysia, kerajaan telah menggalakkan bidang tumpuan yang menjurus kepada mempraktikkan teknologi hijau merangkumi semua tahap pembangunan. Terbaharu, satu sistem penyejukan bangunan yang dikenali sebagai fabric ducting mendukung objektif dasar teknologi hijau negara kerana mampu mengurangkan kadar penggunaan tenaga selain dapat memelihara suhu alam sekitar. Baru memasuki pasaran Malaysia 5 tahun lepas, sistem ini dilihat pilihan terbaik untuk digunakan kerana bertindak sebagai dewi fungsi iaitu saluran udara bekalan untuk pemindahan udara dan juga pengedaran udara.
Sistem fabric ducting di Malaysia ni lebih kurang mungkin dah lebih 5 tahun di Malaysia. Kita sendiri pun dah lebih 4 tahun di Malaysia. And then sistem ini lebih sesuai kepada ruangan yang luas, yang besar. Antara kalau semua orang dah perasan, kebanyakan sistem fabric ducting ini kita pasang di masjid. Di masjid besar, di mana masjid dan dewan besar ni terlalu banyak pembaziran tenaga elektrik, pembaziran aircon. So kita rasa terpanggil untuk membantu lebih ramai lagi rakyat Malaysia untuk jimat tenaga berkenaan, especially-nya berkenaan dengan sistem penyamaan udara lah, yang kita agak terkebelakang sedikit berbanding negara-negara Eropah yang lain.
Masih lagi memerlukan penyaman udara, namun hanya menggunakan separuh kuasa kuda daripada biasa. Ia dapat membantu pemilik bangunan menurunkan suhu dalam premis dengan kos yang minimum. Ini kerana sistem penyaman udara biasa sukar mengagihkan udara sejuk secara sekata, menyebabkan pembaziran tenaga dan bil elektrik kerana memfokuskan penyejukan pada satu ruangan sahaja. Baru-baru ini kami diberi peluang melihat penggunaan sistem fabric ducting ini di dalam sebuah bangunan pejabat yang terletak di Menara KH, Jalan Sultan Ismail, Kuala Lumpur. Jelas, selain memberi suasana yang kondusif kepada para pekerja, ia turut memberi impak penggunaan ruang yang lebih luas dan terang.
Macam konsep yang saya buat kat sini dia lebih kepada colour putih. So saya tonjolkan fabric ducting salah satu sebab dia punya new teknologi. So dekat projek ni memang kita nak tonjolkan fabric ducting punya produk.
Teknologi yang berasal dari Republik Czech ini telah digunakan secara meluas di Eropah dan kini ia semakin mendapat tempat dalam pasaran Malaysia kerana bukan sahaja dapat menjimatkan daripada segi kos, namun pemasangan dan penyelenggaraannya juga tidak begitu sukar untuk dikendalikan.
Kita dah pakai ni dah lebih kurang setahun lebih lah. Setahun lebih kita pindah ke sini. So salah satu sebab kita pilih ducting system ni sebab kita nak nampakkan kawasan ni luas sikit. Jadi kalau kita pakai normal ducting ni dia ceiling ni ke bawah. Jadi kita tak akan nampak dia punya environment tu lah, ambient tu kurang nanti lah. So itu yang kita pilih ducting system ni. Itu satu. Lepas tu macam kita di Perintah Resort ni kita memang titik beratkan tentang environment. So salah satu sebab yang saya pilih ni senang kita nak cuci. Kalau kita nak buat maintenance ke apa senang. Sebab kalau yang ducting biasa tu payah sikit lah kita kena masuk ke dalam apa semua. Yang ni kita cuma buka dan kita hantar cuci je. Dan dia punya level of coolness tu kita nak control pun senang. Compare dengan yang ducting system tu lah, yang normal ducting system lah. Dari segi elektrik memang jimat banyak. Sebab selepas kita pindah ke sini, dulu kita bayar elektrik, kalau compare dengan sekarang ni, saya tengok kita dah jimat almost 60%.
Ternyata kini adalah masa yang tepat untuk pemilik bangunan di negara kita bertukar daripada sistem penyejukan konvensional kepada sistem berteknologi hijau ini kerana memberi banyak faedah untuk jangka masa panjang.
Selamat pagi Malaysia.
Okay, sorry Ulhas Jane, there is a in Malaysia language. Okay, so I just want to pick the CEO statement. They are saving about 60% on the billing. So this is from the Malaysia television channels. Yeah, one of the popular in Malaysia. So they interview us on this project. So this project, the client saving 7,000 a month. All right. So this is the photo. All right. There is a main duct on the main office, and then there is a cross on the wall, so we can supply to the rooms. Yeah, we make it like this. Okay. Okay. So this is another project. Bowling. Temping bowling. So the client request to install 100 ton cooling, but our engineer just proposed 50 ton cooling, just enough. So just because of very good air distribution, so they will get the temperature of 17 evenly. So there is no need to have so big horsepower oversizing aircon when we are using fabrics. So because in Malaysia, quite hard to using metal ducting to distribute the air evenly. by using fabric, so we can use less cooling capacity. Yeah. So this is also an interesting project we want to share. Is a Daikin factory in Malaysia, in Sungai Buloh. Yeah, they are using spot cooling for their factory. Okay. This one also interesting project also, Edmond Optic Singapore. So they test one room. They want to have a even temperature. Without the even temperature, their production for optical products will damage, or their people sitting below the aircon very cold. So they trial one site, one room to test using fabric duct. After one room success, all the factory changed to from metal ducting to fabric ducting. This is project in Singapore. Okay. This one also we help client to save 51 ton instead of this. Before they are using 120 ton cooling, plus the client want to add extra 25 ton cooling because they feel not cool enough. So our engineer proposed them to just use only 100 ton. So client saving about 51 ton. Roughly on one particular hall, the client saving about 300,000. We are helping client to save 51 ton because of air distribution issue. Because sometimes people they do not know what the problem of their system, of their aircon system. Basically, much more problem on the air side problem. So need to look something inside lah. Because before this they are using metal ducting with linear diffuser, quite hard the air to move around. Yeah. So I do not have much time today because 30-minute sharing only. If you want to know more, so you can contact our engineer. We do have a further presentation on the technical, right? This one also we install at the open space. So there is no wall. This is for mosque. We install at there is no wall because the owner of the mosque he want to put aircon at the open area. It will cool down until India. Because there is no wall. This is to cool down the open space. So the problem is condensation issue. So they are using double coil, double cooling coil.
Nah, ni dia hantar zoom kat saya. Masalah dia kena masalah. Masalah.
Sorry sir, hope you can mute your mic. Okay, thank you. So this is a project at Puncak Alam Mosque in Shah Alam. All right. The interesting part is issue is data T more than 20 degrees C. Cooling coil is double coil. So means that our ambient around 33 degrees Celsius. Not same with India. Ulhas shared just now 48. In Malaysia, roughly around 33 degrees Celsius at the outside ambient air temperature. So we need to cool down to comfort level around to 24 or something like that lah. So if 33 minus 20, we do have off coil around 13. 33 minus around 13 degrees C, which is away below than dew point. So if the GI duct with the not enough insulation, it will condense very bad. But fabric, there is no condensation. So this is the proof that we can show fabric is less problem on the condensation issue when we install at the very high critical very high RH, yeah, relative humidity. Okay, this is also one project. So before this, they are using spiral duct. The problem is the condensation issue at the jet diffuser drop to the student exam paper. This is a university halls they are using for exam sometimes or event. So they cut all the spiral duct, they change with fabric, no more condensation anymore. Even though there is an infiltration at the roof, there is an infiltration going inside, so will create the dew point will increase. When will dew point increase, supply air below than dew point, the high possibility to have a condensation. But with fabric, even though supply air below than dew point, there is no air drop. Yeah. So, but that one just now, this one more critical. This one is more critical because RH dew point very high as compared to this. All right. But this one also has a problem for the GI ducting, metal ducting. They do not have a problem at the ducting. Their problem on the diffuser, jet diffuser. Because the diffuser there is no insulation. Okay. So just the guys want ask about the installation. So I show a bit the video for installation. So this is the project we installed at the after maintenance. Yeah. This is the installation is one MOS. Yeah. The railing already installed. So very easy to install. Jane also can install Jane. This is a adapter connection fan coil to fabric. It's a rectangular shape. So the connection is only zip, very simple, and then we do have a fabric overlap to this one duct using two fan coils. Separate fan coil in one duct. There is a separator at the middle, but we can see it's only one line. So very fast. If you compare to metal ducting, it will take maybe 1 week to install, but for fabric, very easy. Less than 2 hours maybe. You can print it, anything what you want. Oh, the video is problem. Wow, why? Okay, suddenly the video is stopped. Just finished. Okay, play again. Okay, just finish. All right. Okay, that one for the installation video, and then we move to another project for indoor stadium, which is this project. This indoor stadium, Johor in Johor. We do have a collaboration also. We asking also discuss on the design with Paul Rosen, Prihoda UK. So how to design this project? We do have a. So that's why Prihoda, we very love doing business with Prihoda because we do have big family. So anything, a problem, we can ask our distributor also as a expertise to design our project. For example, this indoor stadium badminton project, the client requests us to have a velocity less than 0.3 meter per second from the floor up to 10 meter clearance. So very hard to move the very big capacity to without air moving less than 0.3. But finally, we do have a CFD simulation. So we have the final design. The air should be thrown from the top, not at the bottom. Okay, with the micro perforation, and then we still got at the middle at the playing court area. The badminton standard they required at the playing court. There is I think 10 or 8 badminton court at the middle at the center of the stadium. So they check the velocity. Suddenly they can play with the international tournament here. All right. So this is the photo. So there is a 3-unit air issue. Yeah, 3-unit air handling unit. 6 unit air handling unit branches like this. All right. Okay. So this is the outside photo for this indoor stadium. This one also a very nice project, the nice printing. Right. So I just move very fast because I'm not going to share too long. This one also we can print in Malaysia. There is a mostly Muslim here, so there is a many mosques. So mostly they are designed like the pattern like this. All right. This is a royal palace in Terengganu. At the garage, they want to install aircon also. They are using but I want to show here interesting is the batik is a Malaysian Malaysian pattern, what we call it in batik. Yeah, very nice. Okay, this one repeat it. Okay, another interesting project they installed at the outside also can. without any condensation issue at the cafe. Okay, Kesedah Hall. I just move fast. This one also pattern very nice. I'm not sure this project, where is it? Okay, this is LKIM Hall. So the pattern like a fish, yeah, like a fish because fishery department. So the pattern like a fish. So Malaysian very unique. They are love to have a pattern. Yeah. So thank you to Prihoda. They have a Prihoda Arts. Okay, this one is the MPS hall. So many hall. We do have so many hall. From 400, I think more than 60% is a hall. Yeah. This is a Lotus hypermarket. Where is it in Kedah? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, we do have also a hypermarket. Playground like this. I'm not sure where is it. Just but the interesting, they can print all the logos. Yeah, all the kits. Yeah, to create moods. Yeah. This one also like a batik also. Yeah, the pattern. Yeah, you can see the pattern. Okay, this one also another project. If you want to see, wait. This is a video also. This one. This one also interesting layout. There is a main duct here. Main duct on the stage. There is branch down. Yeah, this one also interesting layout lah. Okay. We do have also hospital projects. The collaboration between Waldania, Agenta, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, UKM Pakarunding, Dr. Konde. They print their logo on the sponsorship of the project. they can print their logo for the sponsored project. Yeah, this is a green project. Yeah. Okay. This one also Machang Halls. Also this one, this pattern moss is very yeah. People like to use this type of pattern for moss. Because factory, yeah, they are owner from German. Mostly the owner from Europe come to Malaysia or come to Asia country. They want to use fabrics. Yeah, this one also a German project. The owner is from German. So see the pattern for Borneo. Your item Sarawak is a Sarawak in Borneo. So the Borneo pattern is slightly different. Slightly different. Yeah. Okay. So this is also interesting. This half round mounted the wall with the without seeing this is the fabrics. Yeah, this is a half round mounted the wall. Okay, they not yet completed this job. Still under in progress. Clean rooms. Okay, indoor farming. Yeah, just completed yesterday. Yes, last 2 days. Yeah, this one indoor farming. Yeah. Okay, that's all for me. Okay, so any question for you all to ask me about the Malaysian reference projects or anything else? You can open your mic or I can read here from the chat box. Wait, I scroll back. Wow, too many questions for the last presenter. Where is start can share? Oh yeah, already answered. Office already answered. Okay. Last page. Okay, Mr. Baha from FSS Venture, he asked about the when duct is installed in incline, in decline, which is better to install the aircon unit? The air flowing go up or going down? Okay, I try to answer this because the aircon cool air is heavier than hot air. So in Europe, they are using to what we call it heating and cooling. For cooling, sometimes they pull at the top. For the heating, they pull at the down because the cold air is more heavier than hot air. So I think for fabric duct, it doesn't matter. We do you install the aircon at the bottom, at the top, it doesn't matter because we do have a customized design. You can throw to up to 10 meter, up to 10 meter, 15 meter for the air throw, right? Okay. So hope can answer. Or if you have any doubt, If you're coming from Malaysia, you can ask our engineer to help on the design, right? Okay. Muhammad Nazri. Okay, Mr. Lee already answered the question. Mr. Technical Specs. All right. Okay, can explain more on energy saving. Is this item lower cooling capacity need compared to conventional one? Yeah, Muhammad Zayed Dazri. Today we are not going to share about more on the benefit of fabric duct. We just sharing on the interesting project. If you want to know more on detail, you can contact us. We do have several presentation on the fabric ducting solution. By the way, yeah, if you talk about energy, so we do have we found one study from Iowa State University mentioned metal ducting versus fabric ducting. There is about 24.5% on more efficient than compared to metal ducting. There is a study from Iowa State University. Yeah, also fabric duct also we a lot utilize on displacement ventilation, Muhammad Zaid. So displacement ventilation as compared to mixing ventilation in terms of energy, displacement ventilation much more better in terms of ventilation effectiveness. There is stated on ASHRAE 62.1. You can refer ASHRAE standard 62.1. They already mentioned about the comparison between displacement and mixing. So Prihoda fabric ducting mostly we are using displacement ventilation. You want to know more, you contact us. We do have another session on the benefits of fabric ducts because we don't have much time today. All right. Afiq, best shape fabric ducting to replace diffuser for small office room 10x10s. Shape for office normally we are using half round. All right. Zam Amin, fabric ducting can overcome the noise problem. Yeah, noise. Okay. We do Prihoda do supply in, if I'm not mistaken, in Netflix studio. There is a project for Mr. Andrew. They are design. He is designed on the 25. The NC level 25. NC 25. So they are supplying for the Netflix project. If I'm not mistaken, we can with the fabrics we can design up to below than NC 25. Should be no problems. So if you talk about to overcome the noise problem, so from the issue of fan coil before reach to fabrics, you need to have a sound attenuation first before reach fabric inlet. All right. So there is no compromise from your issue or from your fan coil before connected to fabric. So you need to have sound attenuation. So we need to have a short metal ducting at least. So we need to calculate how long minimum to reduce the sound of the issue, because sometimes issue about more than 65 dB. So very uncomfortable to have a sound more than 55 dB, quite noisy. So you need to have same with the metal ducting, you need to have a sound attenuation from issue, right? So any picture showing TNC result? Yes, we do have. So a TNC result, yeah. But I can show you today, but you can text our sales teams. Yeah, we can help you. Howard, I saw all the duct round 1 meter. How much airflow maximum can deliver, or it can have a duct size? So you can, Mr. Howard, Mr. Howard Panasonic. Maybe he worked for Panasonic, Mr. Howard. So you can check for the Play Store. You do have Prihoda apps, which is you can sizing your ducting. So this is you'll see that 1 meter. Yeah, the bigger the airflow, the bigger the diameter. Very simple. Airflow equal to area times velocity. So the bigger the airflow, the bigger the area of the ducts. Very simple. Same with the metal ducting also. But if your room is not so high, so the limited on height, so you can separate by 2, like just now I'm showing the video of the mosque. my team install one duct equal to 2 system because we want to reduce the diameter of the ducts. So that's why we are using one duct with the 2 units aircon. If one unit is bigger diameter, all right. So we can help you. It doesn't matter. Jeremy, can you share study? Yeah, Mr. Jeremy, we can share the link for you after this. Yeah, you can PM us or contact our Facebook or inside this. You can directly give to you the study. Okay, Jeremy, thank you. Welcome. Recommended air velocity. Okay, recommended air velocity. I'm not sure. We are in Malaysia. We are following the X-ray standard for human comfort. So that means the air to the occupied zone, it should be less than 0.3 meter per second. But sometimes we do supply more because sometimes in Malaysia we are hot and humid. Sometimes people want to feel the air. But in Europe there is a standards thermal comfort. The air should enter the occupied zone should be no more than 0.3 meter per second. There is a standard for they want to avoid cold draft issue. Sometimes it could cause cold draft syndrome. Yeah, Muhammad Zaid. So we do follow the ASHRAE standard for the air velocity. All right. So any question from the floor? If you want to open your mic or chat, any question? Okay. So now since before we end, maybe you all can. Yeah, I stop share. So we do have a photo session. If you want to have Zahin, please open. Maybe we do have a photo session before we end our sharing today. So before we since we are waiting others to open camera to take photo. So any others from you want to ask Mr. Ulhas from Prihoda India and Jane from Prihoda Philippines? Yeah. So anybody want to ask still can just open your mic, okay? While at the same time, please who want to take photo with us, just open your camera. So our admin will screenshot this Zoom, yeah. Okay. Any others you want to ask question? Or Mr. Ulhas, you want you want to talk something?
Oh, in fact, I'm enjoying the session now.
I'm just replacing Mr. Lee. I think I saw him inside the video. So Mr. Lee, you want to tell something? I think Mr. Lee just in. Okay, admin, please help to screenshot. Yeah. So we just now we almost reach 100 participants. Thank you very much for you all joining us today. We are sharing about this today sharing. All right. So we almost at the end of this sharing. So last word from Mr. Ulhas. Maybe you want to tell something or okay.
Yeah, I would like to thanks everyone who participated this webinar, and it's a really interactive session. It's the first ever we have started in Asia. That's why its name is 1.0. And you can expect now in future also 2.0, 3.0 from Prihoda, Malaysia and Philippines, India, and many more countries to join this session. This is a campaign now which is initiated. So wherever you feel that, yes, you need any kind of the supports regarding the Prihoda fabric ductings, we all are responsible for that, especially Prihoda Malaysia for the entire Malaysia market. In India also, we are having a great learning from Prihoda Malaysia, and especially for the specific projects in Prihoda Philippines. We are now taking the help from the Jain. And anybody is required any kind of the help supports in terms of the project references in India. Of course, I'm in closely in touch with Prihoda Malaysia for that.
A very small project. It was very quite numbers lah. Just a small project. Yeah. So Jane, any last word from you?
Thank you very much for joining this Prihoda webinar, Prihoda Asia webinar. And thank you very much, Ulhas and Maslan, for initiating this project. Next time, we try to invite Lucas from Prihoda, Czech, and from Prihoda, Mexico, and also Prihoda, China, if it is possible for them also. And thank you very much for the very interesting projects, especially lots of Prihoda arts and the big from Ulhas. Hope to see you someday.
So you thank you, Jane. So you join the Prihoda meeting on this next coming September, right?
September.
Okay. See you. So we almost end of this today sharing. So I would like to thank to you all. Oh, Mr. Lee, you want to speak something? You just joined.
Okay. Thank you, Masran, for represent me for this webinar. So actually, this is not the this is first, and maybe we have a more series. Like Jane said, maybe we want to. I think this sharing is very good because we know maybe for Malaysian, maybe I mean the project. Every country have their own maybe own how to say the ideas. So that's why I always like to learn from other countries like India, Philippines, maybe from others, Prihoda, others country, mean other distributor. So actually we can learn from each others. So thank you very much, Jane and Prihoda India ours. Okay, so hopefully we have more webinar like this. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Okay. Admin, Mr. Zahin, is it okay? Photo, okay. Everything okay? Okay. Last, if you want to take photo, admin will screenshot. Please help to open your camera, and then you can get your photo on our Facebook page. All right. Okay. Okay, Zahin. Everything okay, Zahin?
Okay.
Already taken the screenshot.
1, 2.
Okay. Give thumbs up. 1. Okay, thank you. Nampak semua. Okay, alright. Okay, thank you everybody. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye, Jane. Bye-bye, Ulhas. Thank you very much kerana join.
Bye.